Hi.
Oh, could you give me 2 seconds?
Oh, yes, Mrs. Leonard, of course. You shall take the time that you need because we need you to be ready for me.
I know, I'm like 2 minutes
When I give you
behind
that look,
in writing.
that
Okay,
means fill in the blank.
nope. All right, we can go.
Okay, so I would like to call this meeting to order. There you go, Colleen. This is a regular board meeting. It is Wednesday, July 20th, and it is exactly 6:01. With a starting roll call, please.
All right, Colleen Klemzak,
She's joining us via phone. She says present.
Claudia Parker,
Here.
Kimberly Leonard, yes. Judy Rayson,
Here.
Rachel Miraquin.
Here.
Michael A. Miller,
Present.
Denise Jones.
Yes.
Everyone is here.
Excellent. Can we stand for the pledge of allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Fantastic. Okay. I would like to make a motion to approve the agenda with an amendment. We have 2 changes to make. We're gonna move the consent agenda, item 9D, to its own action item. Named on the agenda item, let's see, hold on. Oh, we're moving the closed session unless you guys would like to have one that's necessary.
We're removing it. That sounds great.
We're removing it. Okay, yeah, so that's it, just those 2.
All right,
All
so
right.
can I make a motion for you?
You may.
Can I make a motion to accept the agenda as Claudia has suggested, which is moving 9D to its own action item of H, and we're also removing closed session from the agenda? I make the first motion.
Second.
And a roll call, Ms. Parker?
Oh, yes, Claudia Parker. Me.
Oh, Claudia, yes. Kimberly Leonard, yes. Michael A. Miller?
Yay.
Denise Jones?
Yes.
Judy Rayson?
Yes.
Rachel Miraquin?
Yes.
Colleen Klemzak?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Okay, now we're moving on to staff reports. Dr. Woodland, take the vote.
Thank you. Okay, so our first staff report is regarding registration updates. So if you want to switch to the next slide. Thank you. Okay, just a few registration reminders. So we are up and running. We're getting ready to open schools. Can you believe it? Our first day of student attendance is August 22nd, and we are thrilled to welcome our students back. But in the process of registration, we want to ensure that all of our families have critical communication in order to actively move forward with our registration process. If you recall, last spring we made some updates to our registration utilizing an outside technology company called ClearBatch. And so there are 2 forms of communication that are on their way. They're coming on their way to our community in the near future. The first form of communication that you'll get first if you pass residency verification is an email, and that will come through stating that you've passed registration verification. The second form of communication will be this fancy postcard that will look just like this. If you want to click back, actually, that'd be great. And it will just state, congratulations, you've completed the registration verification process. What's so fabulous about this is you don't have to submit any paper documentations to us, which we're super excited about. So we started the process of reviewing registration numbers, and we've started at our elementary buildings. We've had 1,100 that we've run through our verification system, and as of today, at approximately 11 o'clock, we had 1,000 parents, community members that passed. So they'll be getting that email, and they'll be getting that postcard in the very near future. The postcard, because it's coming snail mail, might take a little bit longer, so I would anticipate that around August 8th. But we're super excited to offer this, and it will actually make the process go much quicker internally, and then parents don't have to wait in a long line, because we know if you live in Evergreen Park, we're happy to have you, and we want to include you in our school system. So if you want to click to the next slide, The postcard and also the email communication have just a few other reminders. That includes that if you did not submit your enrollment fee in Power School Enroll, there's another option to submit that via personal check. You can drop it off to us directly, and or the night of parent pickup, you can drop off your personal check on that evening as well. So there's two different options, and then Eric and I are working actively on getting online payment systems up and running. So in the event you wanna pay any online payments, we're hopeful to be able to do that prior to the start of the school year. So we're looking to make things as convenient as possible to start our school year.
That is fantastic and a welcome change.
Thank you. I'm super excited about it. And you could tell Elizabeth Lopez is like, there's a breath of fresh air lifted off of her shoulders.
So can I ask you, yeah, I'm so excited. I see it says free and reduced waivers can be found. Do they have to fill them out in order to be able to eat free this year for?
Okay, so we don't quite have many updates regarding free and reduced lunch, but I can talk about it briefly. So we recently received notification from the state that they're offering free lunch and breakfast again for most families that are on the free and reduced waivers. However, other families who are not applicable to free and reduced, they will still have to submit a nominal fee. So we're still waiting on communication.
So it's
However,
not free for everyone
it's
next
not
year.
free for everyone, and we're still waiting on specific communication from families, not from families, from the state to classify what that looks like.
Okay,
But it will be free for those that qualify for free or reduced.
no matter what for the free and reduced fee folks, but then there will be another section or portion of our student population that should be eligible for something maybe?
Yes,
Excellent.
yes, a reduced fee at a
But
minimum.
they just haven't come out yet.
That has not come out yet, but we're hoping to get out communication regarding lunches early next week.
And just
If
like
not in
normal, the state is dragging. It's only July.
Yeah, it's only
Take your
July,
time
no
making your-
worries. But if you wanna submit your waivers, there's a couple different places that you could do that on the website, and then we also included information on our website that says you could just submit them at a specific email called waivers@d124, and then they go to that email directly, so we're trying to, again, make it as streamlined as possible for
Excellent.
families.
All
I'm
right.
excited, right?
I just wanted to confirm the date for packet pickup. I had heard from some parents that they thought
Yes.
August 9th was the date, so I see 16, I just wanted to check.
Yes, no, thank you so much for that. So the correct date, and we're gonna do another email blast, is August 16th. And that's accurate on here from 11:30 to 3 and 4:30 to 6. And we'll do another communication reminder regarding that. I know there was an error in the email yesterday. And we're confirming August 16th and make sure that everyone is aware of the correct date. Good question.
Great.
One other question about, you said that like out of 1,100, 1,000 families had cleared that initial screening. So for those 100 families who were registered last year, what does it look like? Is there a different postcard that they receive, or do they need to seek out?
That's what I was gonna do next.
Oh,
Great,
sorry,
no, this is
okay.
a perfect segue, thank you. So for those families who did not pass residency verification up front, they're going to have a scheduled meeting with Elizabeth Lopez to just review paper documentations to ensure that they're a resident of Evergreen. But it's the identical process that that parent would have gone through last year. So it's more of an in-person meeting, we're gonna sit down, look through paperwork with them directly, and ensure that they are a resident here. They'll receive only an email stating that they didn't pass residency verification and to schedule an appointment time, and Elizabeth Lopez will follow up with them directly.
Is the email going to be, who is it going to say the email's coming from? To make sure like it's not going into trash or anything, you know?
I don't know that, but I
Okay.
can definitely communicate that
Cause that's
out.
something, you know,
Yeah,
that usually happens.
yeah, good question. That's why we wanted 2 forms too.
Mhm.
And then Elizabeth will have like a master list as well.
That's a good point, Rachel, because if it's not coming from an internal channel,
Yeah.
it could very easily.
Go to
It'll
spam.
go into,
Yeah.
yeah.
Any other questions regarding registration? Right, perfect. So our next guest is Jim Hennessy with some exciting construction news. And I know Kim's not gonna ask too many questions about the bathrooms, right?
As long as he has pictures.
I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say that.
Hello.
Hi.
So they got up and running on June 13th, and right out the gate, they, you
Oh my
can
gosh.
see that's,
Isn't this crazy?
What gym is that?
Northeast Gym,
I recognize it, yeah.
and that's the hallway at Southeast. They got, within about a week, they had all the flooring up.
Oh my gosh.
And I have to, can I just, you're probably gonna talk about the staff, but the staff at Southeast and Northeast, they put in so much time to clear out their classrooms and to clear out the building and to put everything in storage. And I'm gonna get to Jim and his team, but they did all the heavy lifting. So I just wanna say thank you up front because I don't wanna forget because it was a huge undertaking.
Excellent. Thank you.
We were able to unload each school in a day.
Oh my
I mean, can you believe
gosh.
that?
That's
I
some
was like,
really good
what?
packing too.
Good packing.
That's
I
awesome.
mean, granted, I had 16 people
But that's
there,
a,
but
That's crazy though.
in one day,
Yeah.
that is crazy.
each school took 1 day, so 2 days total for each school to completely
Wow.
unload everything.
Wow. How
Um,
exciting.
You can go to the next pictures if you want. There's a bathroom for you, Kim.
Look at that toilet.
Oh, thank God.
One of the girls' bathrooms that they're redoing, and
Is that is that the basement ones? Yep. Cause we were on the second floor or the first floor. I was like, oh, wait a minute, this doesn't match.
the other picture is the fresh paint on the lockers at Northeast.
Oh.
They were an old maroon.
Yeah, I was gonna say they were maroon at Northwest. Yeah, that looks good.
Now they've got their little
Oh, great.
branding colors.
Mhm. So you can see on the left, that is one of the classrooms at Southeast that they finished the flooring.
Uh-huh.
It looks
They're all getting that?
The whole building.
cool.
Wow.
So Southeast
Is it
is
laminate?
the whole
Laminate
building
wood?
It's like a
except for the
PVC
gym.
type
The gym
laminate.
is not going to be, there was no need to refurnish the gym. Northeast is the gym and all the classrooms and all the
Oh my
hallways.
God, that looks beautiful. Did we even take up the carpeting too? in
Everything.
those rooms? Oh my God, even the kindergarten room, awesome.
Finally, the carpet is
Yes, the
gone.
carpeting is gone. I think Mary Beth and I probably sat on the carpeting.
On the right is just a picture of the bathrooms
Oh my God, you can
at
see
Central.
it.
They're starting to put up the walls and everything.
Oh, that's the framing. Excellent. I'm so excited.
And then I think there might be one more. That's
Look
kindergarten.
at the
room.
kindergarten room. Oh, that looks awesome.
That's why the teachers was hurting.
Yeah, that's why they're willing to.
They're like, oh yes, heck
We'll
yeah.
pack
Get this
up.
out of here.
So, just an update on like how the process is going. They're actually a little ahead of schedule.
Oh, even good. Yeah.
All they put new plumbing underground in the bathrooms at Central. That's all been inspected and completed. Walls are up. They're putting plumbing in the walls now. So it's right on target.
That is fabulous.
Northeast, 95% of the flooring is complete already.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
and it looks amazing.
That is amazing. Yeah, I can't wait to see the pictures. I mean, these look gorgeous.
The gym floor is supposed to start tomorrow. So they have it, they'll start putting it down tomorrow. It's gonna look great.
That's awesome.
What's the gym floor gonna be? Just like a regular gym floor, not
It's
like a
not gonna be-
laminate wood.
It's not gonna be wood, it's almost like a matting.
But it'll look like a gym floor, like with the
Yeah.
basketball.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
it's gonna have all new striping and everything.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
it looks, I saw a sample of it,
exciting.
it's gonna look great.
I like that.
Wow.
Um,
Maybe Southeast didn't need a new gym.
Their floor
their
actually
floors-
looks really
No, their floors are good.
Maybe we didn't need a new floor.
Yeah, their floor is
Yeah, that looks fabulous.
Everything's been on schedule, we haven't had any disruptions, so, everything's going good so far. It's
Can I
very-
make the big announcement of what I wanna do?
That's up to you.
So I really wanna have a bow cutting ceremony.
Of course.
Southeast and
Oh, yes,
Northeast. Don't you think?
absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
So I picked a date.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
August 15th. It's a Monday. And we're gonna do them both the same night. So we'll do one building at 5 o'clock and one at probably 6:30 or maybe 6 o'clock. We're still working out times, but
August
save,
15th, what day?
it's a Monday.
Monday.
The day before packet pickup. So we're giving Jim about a week to make sure cleaning and everything is in order. He said he can make it happen.
said
There might
5
still be,
o'clock
there
at
might be a
one
couple
school?
desks sitting in the hallway, but
I'm so nice.
I just wanna open it up so the community
Yeah,
can
just so the
take
community
get a
can
little sneak
see.
peek and see it, so.
Oh, that
What do you
sounds amazing.
Absolutely.
Very
Right.
excited.
You said 5 o'clock at one school and then,
Maybe 6 at the other. I think we do.
you think you're gonna have enough time to
I don't
greet
know.
everybody and talk to everybody and smile and
Yeah,
take
5
pictures
to
and then
6, that might
zip
not be
over?
enough.
Girl, you're ambitious, but we
Okay.
can,
I'm ambitious.
okay, we can, hey, you like it, I love it.
We'll get back to everyone about times. Let me think about
Okay.
this.
Right, right.
Let's save the date for August 15th.
Save the dates. It's an excellent idea, actually.
God, that looks so pretty. I can't wait to see what these schools look like.
I know.
And if, I don't know if anyone's driven by Northeast, but all the landscaping out front, we tore all that out and we're redoing that too.
I
to
saw
just-
that.
So that
Oh.
the entrance will be much more welcoming.
Curb appeal.
Some of those bushes that were just, they've been in there for 20, 30 years.
Wow, yep.
And
Awesome.
Southeast is getting new landscaping around the entrance as well, so
They need it,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
it's gonna look really nice.
Wow. You're really kind of
The,
busy.
moisture mitigation stuff that came up, is the contingencies are all good to go?
We had to do 100% mitigation,
Okay, right.
so we had to use up that contingency money like right away up front.
Mhm.
Right. I was just checking, there's no other things that came up, that was the
Nothing
big
major,
surprise.
no.
That's pretty good, usually those projects always have a couple of things.
Yeah, we've had a couple things here and there, but nothing,
Major.
nothing major. I mean, nothing that costs thousands of dollars, maybe a couple $100 here or something, but now, once they got done getting rid of all the tile and carpet, and they started prepping the floors, the work that these guys did to get these floors leveled out, I mean, once the tile came up, there's cracks in the concrete, I mean, it was just a mess. Once they were finished, everything was flat, everything, they grinding it down, sanding it down, they did a great job. And, then they had to mitigate everything, but it cost us, it was in the contract as a contingency. So we had to use it, but it'll guarantee that the tile's not gonna come up. So that's what we were worried about. Cause the moisture readings they got from the schools were pretty high, the
Mhm.
humidity. We don't want tiles to start popping
No.
up, so.
No.
You're right and well.
I figured it was gonna happen, I was hoping it wouldn't, but
Wouldn't?
Yeah.
No, this is
I feel like
fabulous.
it's typical.
Hmm?
It's typical that something
Yeah.
occurs.
But yeah, it's going good. I'll have more pictures, actually,
They're gonna be at the boat cutting ceremony.
boat cutting will be before the next
Yeah,
board
we'll
meeting, so
still
you'll
make an
get to see it.
announcement, I'm sure, in
Yeah.
August for the community, everyone to see.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank
Oh,
you.
any other questions?
How about the elevator at Central? Is there any update on that?
Next summer, we're gonna,
Pardon?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Okay. Did you say next summer?
next summer, we're gonna modernize the elevator. We just talked about that yesterday.
Did you? Okay.
Bye.
Judy wants it sooner.
Well, who would, I thought that it was this summer, so, but I know that it's a little bit dated, right?
Yes, it is dated.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff was a little
Yeah.
bit dated.
I mean,
So I was
we
hopeful
did-
that was sooner, but I guess you can only do so many things in one
yeah,
season.
It's gonna be next summer. We do have it inspected and tested every month, so,
Okay.
it's still functioning.
Mhm.
It does need to be updated though, and that'll be
Yeah.
next summer.
Okay.
We have other plans for next summer, but we'll see what happens before we reveal
Any
those.
announcements?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Her little voice.
Did you hear Colleen? She gives you a thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
He says, thank you, Madam President.
All right, so I'm gonna give some curriculum updates and some work that we have been doing and then that we are starting this fall. That's pretty exciting. We have a few pilots that we're gonna be working through. You can go to the next slide. Our ELA committee really put in some work first part of June. We met on May 27th, and then they so graciously came in the first 2 days of summer vacation and worked with me all day. We assessed our priority standards list that they had been working on within their teams. and we worked on the vertical articulation of those. And then on the second day, we heard from several curriculum companies and done different programming, listened to all of the spiels that they all give, took some time and debated the pros and cons of each. A lot of them are very similar. Some of them have, a few differences here and there. Did some consensus building and worked on developing a pilot plan for this fall. Remember, math we were able to move a little bit more quickly with. We had 3 math programs that we were utilizing. The transition was a little bit easier, but it's obvious with the ELA that's going to need. We really need to look at multiple things. We need to have more committee meetings. We need to collect some data and look at really what's going to be the best fit for us. So these were some of the plan highlights that we came up with. Our priorities for our pilots as we're collecting our data, we're looking for something with strong foundational skills. We recognize that that's a weakness for us, and we want to make sure that we're addressing those needs. We want it to be comprehensive, so meeting all of the different requirements for ELA. We want to make sure it's culturally responsive, and a lot of times you don't know that until you're actually in it and teaching it. We want to make sure it has usability for our teachers, ease of use for them, that it has expectations that we need, and that it's rigorous enough for our students, and that it aligns with our priority standards. So all of those are priorities for us as we are looking at the programs. So we'll be collecting data using a variety of tools. We're going to use teacher surveys, student surveys. We want to get their feedback on these as well. Different checklists and rubrics that we'll use throughout the process, and then we'll also look at how our students are doing with those programs. 2 teachers per grade level have volunteered to be trained and participate in these programs, or in the pilots. So the same teacher will pilot both programs. So they will teach one for a quarter and they'll teach another one for a quarter. That way they will be able to actually compare the two, versus oftentimes when you have one person that pilots one thing and somebody else pilots another, it almost ends up being a battle. You become a little bit biased to what you have taught. And so this way we'll be able to eliminate that. We'll have an instructional coach in each of the buildings kind of serve as a pilot lead in that building, and they'll kind of be the liaison, bringing me the feedback from those buildings with the teachers. And then we will have frequent check-ins with those teachers that are piloting. We'll meet with them as a whole group to kind of bring that support to the teachers, be able to problem solve as things arise, and just be able to assess the progress throughout the pilot. So those are our highlights. And so our elementary teachers will be doing CKLA, which is an Amplify program. They will be doing that in the first quarter. That one's really, when you look at ELA and literacy, there's really that scientific approach and then the balanced literacy approach. We would say that CKLA really lends itself more to that scientific approach of teaching reading. So it really kind of was something that was a little bit different, but that was highly rated and had really good feedback. McGraw-Hill is the other one, the Wonders, which is pretty popular. It's out there a lot of people teach out of that. That's a little bit more of the balanced literacy approach to teaching. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how they compare both of these two programs and see which one we feel really meets the needs. So then the middle school, they've selected HMH, which is into literature, for quarter 1, and then the McGraw-Hill Study Sync for quarter 2. The middle school teachers, I tell you, they sat down and they chose these right off the bat. They were all in agreement. They wrote their pilot plan. They are detailed. They had already written student surveys. They had their teacher data that they were collecting. They are all in. So I'm excited for them. And then we have one other pilot that we're doing next year, which is a social studies pilot at the middle school. I really heard from the social studies teachers at the middle school all year about how they had that they don't have materials, that they really have a lot of just their own created things. They had started some work as far as unit planning, and then COVID had hit, and just really their struggle day in and day out trying to find materials, making sure that they're aligned and whatnot. So this was actually a program that they had previously, quite some time ago. I know Katie Dunbeck was one that had talked about it quite a bit, that they really liked. And so they're gonna look at those, many of those same priorities that I had discussed before, and they're gonna look at that with this TCI History Alive. It's an online platform. So they will
No
teach.
books for this?
There is not books, it's online. So we'll see how that goes. That was really one of the things that they had requested specifically. They wanted something that was able to remain current and was able to pull in current events. And a lot of the online platforms now are able to pull in and really make those immediate adjustments and make those connections to current events with things that have happened in the past. And that was one of the things that they really requested. So it does have some lesson guides and things like that that go along for the students, but it is an online platform.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I would just interject too, 'cause, you know, I heard you when you were saying when you were looking at test piloting and how there were pros and cons. I have seen other districts look at these reps that come in with their curriculum and they present it. I've seen districts say, yeah, that doesn't work for us.
Yeah.
And you don't have to just take what's there. These reps actually went back and created the curriculum based on what the district
Districts were
specifically
looking for.
needed, as opposed to saying, well, it kind of meets our standard, like,
Yeah.
don't settle.
Right. We wanna find something that our teachers are excited to teach
Yeah.
and that meet the needs of the students in the classroom. So we wanna make sure that we find something
I
that
love
is all
the
of
idea
those.
of the student surveys too.
Mhm.
I think that's super important
Yeah,
that our
using their
kids.
voice is important.
So,
Can you go back one slide?
yes,
2 slides, so sorry. So Amplify CKLA, you said the other one's balanced literacy, the other one's more that science of
the
reading.
science, yes.
So like, what kind of supports are they gonna get for that? That's a totally different way of, I feel like Wonders aligns to a typical type of curriculum, whereas CKLA is definitely more intense as far as focusing on phonics at
Yep.
that younger age and
Yep.
building up their knowledge on all that kind of thing.
And so they will have, it's actually it's a full day of training for our K2 teachers and a full day of training for our 3-5 teachers. I think the one at K2 will definitely be more intensive on that phonics side of things. Really, at that age, that's really what the focus is. I mean, they incorporate read alouds and things like that, but that focus really is get them
Oh,
reading.
I'm so excited, that's so.
Yeah.
I just have read so much about how building that phonics space, and we have slowly gotten away from it, I feel like, you know, that.
We need to get back.
Yes, it's kind of like the pendulum swung to the other side and somewhere we need to be in the middle. So I also have another question. We have all these books now that we've created for the last series, so are those just staying in each of those classrooms for like?
For right now, like their
For like-
leveled reader type books or
Well, what's the curriculum, what's the program we use right now?
school-wide?
School-wide, so right, they have, I just remember that, they were talking years ago about how they had to build up all the student
The student
libraries
libraries.
for independent choice and things like that, so.
And I think that there will still be opportunities for independent choice and for students to be reading out of those reading tubs at that level, in either one of the programs that we decide on. It just won't be the sole thing that they're using.
Oh, I'm so excited, I can't wait to hear about this.
Yeah. It's gonna be an exciting process. Any other questions? All right, thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Carlson.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Carlson, so exciting.
Anything to add, Colleen, before Erin comes?
Just admiring. You're doing great. I'm not listening. You're doing a great job. I know that students might be listening, actually they're probably not. They're not excited to go back to school, but I'm loving the enthusiasm about all the good things that are coming, so yay.
All right, Eric, you're up.
We had a FOIA request from Ms. Sherry Reed of Smart Procure last month that has been completed. You'll see that the June 2022 fund balance is up here. The main difference, I would say, is the fund balance for the Ed Fund went down. That is due to the 4 summer pays being backdated to June. So those went in the books. And yeah. Statement of revenues, we received a good chunk of revenue. It was due to, it's called the recapture of general state aid. And essentially, like when you receive tax money, you receive only like 95%, 90 to 95%, and it's a process where you could try to claim the rest. And it's over like the past 10 years or something like that. So it's over, so that was a nice chunk. And then statement of expenditures, the only difference really is in the Ed Fund again, and it just, goes along with the fund balance, whereas from the summer pays.
So we're switching over now as of July 1st to a different type of,
Funding.
There's been a lot of back and forth. The auditors are like strongly recommending
not to?
not to.
Why?
So there's a lot of back and forth with them. They think that all the accounting's going back to the way we're doing it. And
Really?
yeah, so I'm working with them, trying to figure out the proper way to handle it.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, cause I reached out and I said that
Because
was
I know that
interested.
July 1st, we were supposed to start with,
I reached out to them and told them, I'm ready to move forward and everything like that, and they said, actually, hold off. We really are strongly recommending you guys stay at the same accounting system.
That's funny.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
so it's gonna stay more of a cash accrual then?
Yeah, as of now.
Look at Eric's excitement.
I'm not very happy about it, but
Yeah, because you were ready.
I know, I was ready to switch.
Well, it seems cleaner to do it the way that most school districts are doing. What,
Yeah, it makes more sense to do it.
when do they anticipate they think it'll change to the way we're, like, because right now you could do it either way, correct?
Yes.
Are they saying that there's going to be like more of guidance, like you have to do it a certain way?
It's not you have to, they just think that most school districts are gonna go towards our direction rather than going the opposite direction.
Okay. So we'll have Eric compile a report to report out to the board
Yeah.
on where he is in the process.
Fun times, right?
Oh, yeah.
Just when you're ready to like pull a plug and make the switch. All right,
All right, thank you.
thank you.
Thanks.
That was like your fastest you've ever
Yes, it
given
is
us
a
your
quickest
financial.
one.
The July work.
Wow,
This is
rapid
definitely the July
speed.
Taking that, Claudia.
Yeah,
They say it's
right.
always a really quick meeting when the president's not here. I don't know what
See,
that's about.
Okay, we're moving on to public comments. Do we have any? Well, if there's anyone here that wishes to address the board, now's the time to fill out a green card and hand it over to the lovely lady in the nice spring green dress, Mrs. Sonia Hernandez. Yeah, right. It doesn't look like going once, going twice. Okay, well, just as a reminder, if you would like to address us, we give you 3 minutes. We love to hear from our community. We embrace your compliments and your feedback. So keep that in mind. If you are doing that in the future, there's always gonna be 3 minutes. We don't respond to the comments during the board meeting, but we hear you and we will get your concerns addressed by the appropriate parties when those needs arise. All right, we're gonna move on to board reports. Arrow,
Okay,
Ms. Judy
well,
Rayson.
we had our regular governing board meeting this past Monday, so there's just a couple updates. As far as construction goes, as I think everyone knows at this point, each time we get a construction update, but they're getting more exciting because initially the drone footage of the site, it was just like a plot of land and, to people not in construction, you don't see a lot there. It's just, but now there's the actual shell of the building is there, so that's pretty exciting. And they did share that they're 1 month behind due to rain and wind cancellations, but they don't anticipate that delaying the end date. So they're still really optimistic. I think they kind of factored in that rain cancellations could occur and some delivery of materials has just set them back a little bit. The one change that we had to approve a change order regarding flooring. So Armstrong Flooring, who provides a great deal of flooring to schools, as they told us, they declared Chapter 11. So fortunately, this was before all of the materials were delivered and before they'd started the installation process. But basically, they were worried about warranties and like how how they would address any problems after the flooring was installed if this company was no longer in business. So, Leggett and IHC selected new products. They believe they're better quality, but it did end up being an additional $101,000. But the good news to that is that they still have a pretty healthy contingency budget of $1.6 million. So things are really on track. And this was just kind of a hiccup, but they're There was a lot of talk about the color change and like the palette, but I think the main concern is the warranty on the materials because as they explained, if there's any bubbling or like any issues with the installation, not being able to contact the company could be a big problem. So, and just as they move forward, they're in the process of designing playgrounds and landscaping and working on bid packages for those the materials they'll need for that and the work they'll need for that. And they're starting to discuss furniture needs and fixtures. So that's a really like welcome shift from like the precast walls and everything. So it's the classrooms are starting to take shape. And that's really just about it. There was a vacancy report, but their main concern is filling nurse vacancies. So there was a little bit of discussion about that because the particular needs of like the educational plans for students there require more like medical attention. But that's the one concern that they have with their vacancies. But things are moving along with the construction. So that's pretty much it.
It was nice to see Bill Roslin there too.
Yes, thanks for saying that.
Executive Associate Director.
Yes.
I get that right, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So he will eventually take over after Dr. Gannell after this school year. So he started his tenure July 1st, so he was at our July board meetings as well.
So still very new, but he's getting to know people and will be taking on like additional responsibilities as time goes on. So getting ready for that transition.
Yeah, that's great, thank you, Judy.
So remind us again how long this whole entire process is gonna take?
Yeah, so they're still, it'll be, let me think for a second, it'll be the following school year is when, and that was the only other update is that they're sort of preparing the process of selling that Arrow building or selling the land that
Existing?
yes, but that's a little bit down the road, they're not ready to move on that yet, but I think the process of selling that property is underway because that'll be important for them as they transition.
Will we recoup any of our assets as a co-op when the sale happens?
You know, that's a great question, I can't answer, but I can definitely report out. The initial phase that they're at right now is getting an appraisal for the building.
Sure.
But what I venture to say is that anything that they take in will go into their budget, if I have to guess. That would offset costs for us long term.
So no. That was a really nice way of saying no.
It's worth the ask,
That's a
right?
good question, but I'll definitely look into it
We'll
further.
take the Scooby snacks where we can get them. Okay,
That sounds good, right?
Yeah.
thank you for your update, Judy.
Sure.
Back to school bash. Do we have any updates with that? Back to school, possible board donation?
Yes.
Of course, right?
Yes, we always donate. So I think right now is an estimate of what we donate for, and then they've put you in today for 2 raffles baskets. So last year I think you did 2 different, one for I'm blanking, one for, we'll get you raffle baskets, 2. We'll have Sonia put them together, just
We
like she
also
did
raffle
last year.
away graduation tickets for Central Middle School.
Yes, that was a big
Middle
topic.
Middle school parents can put their name in for a raffle, and if their child is in 6th grade, we would keep that list active until their child graduates for 8th grade. So it doesn't just have to be 8th grade parents. Yes, cause I won 2 tickets at the high school this, my daughter's
you.
freshman year, so I have some tickets this year when she graduates. So yeah, we kinda copied their idea a few years ago,
that's
which is
fantastic.
the middle school parents, there's no reason for kindergarten parents to be throwing in
Right.
for, 8th grade graduation, so how exciting.
That is
I
really,
feel like we did yearbooks too, or something like that.
I have no
Yearbooks,
idea.
yeah, so,
Okay.
I remember a lot of stuff going in there. But yeah, those are very
nice gifts.
valuable gifts.
Well, yeah, those yearbooks are expensive.
Better than tchotchkes. All right, but there's nobody here from the foundation that's gonna speak about
No.
anything. Okay, just making sure before I move on.
Oh, the amount, do you remember what our amount was?
I think it was 500 last
I
year.
think
I
500
remember
sounds
that
right.
amount, yep. Colleen, do you Concur?
That sounds good.
Okay.
I do concur, and I was remembering the baskets that we did too. I think it was like school swag, yearbook order, PTA, or excuse me, Booster Club.
Oh,
year, I think
yeah.
was part of it too.
Okay.
Like that was all included. In
Gift
the-
cards, yes.
Yeah, and then gift cards.
All right.
What'd you
And then
say?
there was a Yeti basket.
Oh, a
Wasn't there
Yeti basket, that's right, we did a Yeti basket.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
That's a cute idea.
So I'm sure all of that will be, but we did do, the dollar amount I think was 500 as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a recollection of that.
I do remember that
That's
amount.
great.
All right, as it relates to the joint annual conference, has everyone had an opportunity to decide if they're going to go this year?
Going.
Sonia awaits your response if you've not already done so. And then just as a reminder for our new board, well, nobody's new anymore, you guys have all
Which is
been really
Result.
broken in pretty good.
We broke them.
But there are pre-conference workshops that start on that Friday. I know, before a lot of people were like, oh, I didn't know that there were all these other things going on if I wasn't signed up for something. So just keep that in mind too, because there's a plethora of offerings and a lot of great knowledge for us to all
So
get
on
better at. what we
Saturday, if we're all there,
do. Yeah,
at 10:30, Mr. Leahy from the Executive Search Committee
oh yeah.
reached out and asked if I would present
Oh,
on how to hire a superintendent.
That's so great.
So I hope everyone
we're gonna be presenting.
Yes, I was very excited that he called. He said our district did a fabulous job and he loved our process. And
Did you hear that, Colleen? You and Kim are
Of
gonna be
course.
speaking
I
at,
don't know about that.
at the Triple I conference.
Yeah.
That's
That's great.
fantastic. Okay, so now it's time for the good stuff. Can we believe we've gotten to the action items? Oh
I'm
my.
so proud
Look
of
at
you.
the time.
You're so good.
No, it's Dr. Woodland.
board
She
meeting.
said that we're doing this by 6:45, so let's just see how long it takes me to read all this. I gotta get water, pat myself down. Okay, so we're gonna start with consent agenda A is to approve the monthly transaction reports for June of 2022. Approve the fund balance reports for June of 2022. Approve the expenditure report and projected payroll report for July of 2022. Approve the board minutes from the regular board meeting of May 18th of 2022. And approve the closed session minutes from the regular board meeting for May 18th. We're gonna approve the minutes from the regular meeting of June 15th. And we're gonna approve the closed session minutes from the regular board meeting of June 15th. I feel like I said that twice. And we're gonna approve the destruction of closed session tapes from March 2018. Hopefully, the verbiage will be delete going forward, since we're gonna change it up on how we record our closed sessions. And then we're gonna be excluding 9D as we discussed when we accepted the agenda. So now we're gonna move on to the personnel recommendations wait a minute, just make sure I got this right. For our additions and resignations. So may I please have a first motion to accept the consent agenda
I will make the first motion.
and a second?
Second.
Okay.
All right, Kim Leonard, yes. Michael Miller.
Yay.
Denise Jones.
Yes.
Claudia Parker.
Yes.
Colleen Klimczak.
Yes.
Judy Rayson.
Yes.
Rachel Merrickwin.
Yes.
Motion is passed.
All right, okay, so next is the consent agenda, item B, for personnel leave of absence without pay. I would like to make, do I say the name? Okay, so I would like to make a motion to.
Wait a minute, hang on one second. B?
B, yes, 9B.
The FMLA.
Hold on, let me look at my notes.
Yes, because D is now consent agenda
under the new item B.
It's a new item B.
Yes.
Do you wanna see?
This D turned.
We're confusing Kim
So B will
by our
turn into
movement.
C and C will turn into B.
Sorry, Kim.
Sonia's keeping
So
me straight.
9A, B, C, and E have already been approved, right?
Correct.
So
Yes.
now we're gonna move this to B.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I had it at the bottom. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
you know,
moved,
she gave me an updated sheet.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, gotcha, sorry. Please go ahead.
That's why we have Sonia.
Yep.
Yep.
She keeps
Sonia.
us all
Sonia.
straight. All right, so I would like to make a motion to not approve the personal leave of absence without pay. May I please have a first motion?
I'll make the motion.
I will second.
Roll call.
Michael Miller.
I just wanted to clarify that the reason that I'm coming down on this in this way is because I feel like it's incredibly important that our students get their minutes, particularly our EL students. I have concerns that approving this will short them their minutes. That's a commitment that we've made to our students and to their families and their right to an education. So, nay.
You'll
No.
vote yes. You will vote
You're
yes.
voting.
Excuse me, yeah.
Sorry, it's confusing.
Alright, right. Claudia Parker?
Yes.
Yes. Kim Leonard, I too agree with Michael that it's very important that our students continue to receive the services that we are used to, and this is, our kids need it, so I do agree we are to not approve. Yes, Judy Rayson,
Yes.
Rachel Merrickwin.
Yes.
Denise Jones,
No.
and Colleen Klimzak.
Yes to not approve.
Yes, and they approve. Okay, so motion has passed with 6 yeses and 1 no.
Alrighty then, hold on. Let me see where I am, cause I'm not a very good Colleen.
So now we're on C.
C, which is approve additional summer school staff.
Okay, so here we go.
The new C.
The new C. Okay, approve additional summer school staff. Yes, all right. So then, now I'm going with
Make a motion.
to approve.
Would somebody make a motion?
Yes, I will make the first motion.
I'll make the second. Sorry, did I go ahead of you?
No, it's okay, I was just trying to move.
Claudia Parker,
Yes.
Kim Leonard, yes. Rachel Merrickwin.
Yes.
Judy Rayson,
Yes.
Michael Miller.
Yay.
Denise Jones,
I'm sorry, what is this motion for?
to approve additional summer school staff.
Oh, okay, yes.
That was a mouthful. Yes, thank you.
You have to approve them.
Right, yes.
Colleen,
Say them.
Not true.
Colleen Klimzak,
Colleen,
motion is passed.
okay, now, before I move forward, are we going to
So we're gonna-
allow her to say a few words?
The new director.
Yeah,
Yes, but we're gonna approve her first.
so we're gonna go through all of these or just after that motion?
Just C, and
Okay,
then we'll introduce her,
I would
which is
like,
actually D now.
may I please have a first motion to approve the new Director of Human Resources effective July 1st?
I'll make the motion.
I will second the motion.
Name?
And a roll call.
Can we have her name, please?
Patricia Roberts.
All right. I don't know, I can't.
I'm
write
gonna
very
introduce
clear.
her, I'm waiting for you guys to.
All right, Rachel
Roll call, please.
Rachel Merrickwin,
Yes.
Claudia Parker,
Yes.
Kimberly Leonard, yes. Judy Rayson,
Yes.
Michael Miller.
Yay.
Denise Jones.
Yes.
And Colleen Klimzak.
Yeah.
Motion is passed.
Yes, yay! So I'm gonna start by introducing Patricia Roberts. She's coming to Evergreen Park. I'm a firm believer in the fact that everything happens for a reason, and I met Patricia. And I am just so excited to have her on our team. She's exactly what we need right now in Evergreen. She has multiple years of experience in the world of human resources. So when I have a human resources question, I'm gonna go to Patricia because I know that she is going to be the right person to do the job. If you recall, we had reorganized our structures and our systems, and she really has years of experience that can contribute. And one of the main components that she really emphasized in her interview that just continues to stick out to me is, again, this philosophy of leadership, which is collaboration and working on a team. And that's exactly what I'm looking for on my team as well. And when I checked her references, one of her references said to me, which a reference never has to say this, is Patricia is truly a special person. So I thought you should also note that as well. So welcome to our team. We do pictures here.
Yes.
Cupcakes. So introduce yourself.
We wanna let her talk before we make her take a
Yeah,
picture.
for sure.
You're gonna make me talk?
Yeah. Tell us what you're bringing to the table, honey.
Okay, let's see here, because I can go long and I want to make sure I don't do that. Thank you, thank you. I am super excited because this will be my first experience ever working in the school system. So
That's great.
that will be the first challenge for me, but I'm up for the challenge. I really am. A little bit about me. I don't know if I should start with personal or educational, but
Whatever
I'll
you
really
feel led to do.
quickly just say I'm married, August 29th, it'll be 30 years, so I have one daughter, and she's a miracle little one, and she graduated last year from college, and is now
Congratulations.
working in her field.
Yeah.
So really exciting. Interesting thing about me, I am the 9th child out of 16 other sisters and brothers.
Oh my
eight
gosh.
8 sisters, 8 brothers. I am a triplet. My sister and I
I
did
didn't know this.
Yeah, my brother is fraternal, so that took one scoop out of the deal. From one mom, one amazing mom and one amazing dad, who I just love them dearly.
We're tired.
You guys were born on a farm.
You're making me laugh. Someone asked that question just this morning on my current role. They said, "Did you grow up in a farm?" I'm
Right.
like, "No. Why does it have to be a farm?" It could be anything else but a farm. But that's the most interesting thing. My career. I guess you can say that it's all in the family. Because I've grown in such a big family, you could imagine the personalities. We're all just a year apart, most of us are all just a year apart. So I think it was a natural, innate ability for me to want to care and nurture people and be as patient as I am, because my mom was just a saint. So I think it was just a natural thing. And they say I'm most like her, so I can believe that. I've been in HR for 15 plus years. I landed in it oddly. I went to Fisk University in Nashville, Tennessee, my twin sister and I received a bachelor's in sociology. I thought I wanted to save the world, mostly and mainly. I thought I wanted to work with children and the elderly. And I did it for a minute, but the area I went into, I realized I didn't have the strength to see the sadness. I thought I was up for anything, and I was too emotional for the things in the area I was in. It was, child abuse and sexual abuse, and for the elderly, it was elderly abuse, and so I did a switcheroo unexpectedly, and I never looked back. I love human resources. I'm really good at what I do. I am a generalist by trade, and what I mean by that is I have a little bit of all areas of human resources, from benefits to a little of compensation. My strongest suit is employee relations. I am strong at engaging, addressing major issues, especially when it comes to legal matters, especially when it comes to disputes and grievances. Those are my strongest areas. And engagement, I'm huge on. Engagement and recognition, we often say we've got too many fires to put out to deal with it, but if you don't deal with that, you're going to be putting out many fires. Let me just say that. So I'm really excited to join your team and be able to create new processes, look at your key performance indicators that you might want to continue to build on, create new KPIs that you think will be essential
to moving us forward. And I'm just super excited to be a part of that, and to help us to have continuous improvement and positive results every day. That's my goal.
So I have one question, what number are you on the triplets? Are you the oldest, middle, or the baby?
No, and we fight about it all the time.
Yes?
Because I act like the oldest, but I'm told I'm the youngest.
Oh, you
so-
told you're the
I'm
youngest, so you believe them.
yes. My brother is the oldest, and then my twin sister Joyce, and then me, which makes me the 9th child.
I have twin nieces and they always say, but one says, I'm the oldest. So yeah.
Is your mother still with us?
Sadly, my mom passed just last May. My dad is still with us, though.
Wow. I wanted to meet
Awesome.
that woman.
Yes, all right.
Birth
Your
9,
picture.
16 years.
So we're gonna get them. That's so exciting.
Yeah. Take your picture time.
Probably have to move back.
This is nice, thank you.
Of course.
Can I hold it? Let me see. Mrs. President.
Oh, please. Colleen, I'm gonna hold the phone so you can be in the picture.
Put her picture on there.
She's with us.
I'm with you, but I don't mind.
All right, good.
You got it? Okay, excellent.
Congratulations, I'm super excited.
We have really good cupcakes to celebrate.
Yes, right? We'll have one curried to you.
All right.
All right, that was exciting, and we have more exciting news. So I would like to please have a first motion. And wait, hold on. I can't contain myself. Okay, may I please have a first motion to approve the new Director of Student Support Services effective July 1st. I'll make the motion.
Wait, what's her name?
Say her name, Rebecca Terrell.
Yeah.
Yay! Yay, yay, yay! Did we get a second?
We're gonna do a roll call and then we're gonna introduce her. I promise.
So Denise Jones, and then I'm seconding it, and
I'm
then.
third in it.
All right, Denise Jones?
Yes.
Kim Leonard, yes. Claudia Parker?
Yes.
Colleen Klimczak?
Yes.
Judy Basin?
Yes.
Michael Allmiller?
Yay.
Rachel Merquin?
Yes.
Motion has passed.
Yay! Get out here.
Okay, so I wanna just quickly introduce Becky Terrell. So
Come
she
on,
comes to us with many years of experience in Evergreen Park. She is a family committed person who's committed to the passion and the desire for continuous improvement. And what truly stood out to me in Becky's interview is just this complete desire to do the systems change that we need to do in Evergreen Park to really move us forward. She spoke clearly to our continuous improvement process, our strategic plan goals, how we include community in the process, how we include teacher voice in the decision-making process. She spoke to the importance of visibility in a classroom setting, and she is truly going to be a fantastic member of her team. So now I'm going to tell a little small personal story. So when I asked Becky to take the job, I actually cried. Everyone knows I'm a little emotional at times. The reason I cried is because I see all the hope in the future with Becky and really truly developing the student support services team. So we're excited to have her here, and we're excited to continue to grow her skill set in this new capacity. So thank you so much, Becky. Congratulations.
I feel like I can't follow up with this.
Now, I know you've been around for a while, but for those that don't know and new parents that are coming into our school district, especially those who might have students that are going to be going into our student support services, I want you to tell them not just a little bit about what you've done for us, but also a little bit about who you are and how this new role is going to fit in your skill set.
So some of you may know me, others may not, but I've been with the district for over 16 years, mostly in the capacity of a school psychologist, working in, initially part-time, then full-time in 2 buildings. And this year I took on the role of case manager, so I essentially did 2 jobs. I continued as a school psychologist in 2 buildings, and then I
organized and helped with all the preschool, the parochial school, some outside meetings as well. So I'm very, very excited and honored and appreciate all the kind words and the excitement. My kids were very nervous. They thought it was going to be very awkward if I wasn't approved. It made me nervous. But obviously, I'm a mother of 3. My 3 wonderful kids are here. My boys graduated from Central Middle School and Evergreen Park Community High School. So I have Connor, who's a sophomore at U of I, and Quinn, who will be a freshman at Marquette. And then my mini-me, Olivia, will be a 7th grader at Central Middle School. So I'm obviously a community member. I'm very, very passionate about Evergreen Park, all the students. I'm very excited about our new district office dream team. And I'm very hopeful that we will make a lot of good improvements and changes and
Your kids came for the cupcakes.
I didn't even tell them, so but
I was
probably.
so excited when I saw your
Thank you.
name for this job. I was
Congratulations.
thrilled. I'm super excited for you.
Thank you. I
We are
appreciate
Very
that.
excited,
Yes.
thank you.
We are very excited, and we're excited to see all the work set to come, and we're gonna be setting some updates to staff and to the community in the very near future. Patricia got a little bit of a leeway with her start date, but Becky starts tomorrow. So she's jumping in right away.
Jumping in.
Yes.
So,
Excellent. Congratulations.
thank you.
Take pictures and swag.
Can't wait for the swag.
You didn't hear Colleen, but she says she's very, very happy.
Thank you, Colleen.
Absolutely.
Okay, we're getting ready to take another picture. 1 second.
You gotta bring her with, I thought.
I know.
Put your face on the, put your face on the.
Why is she holding her phone?
You look all fancy. She got all dressed up for us.
Be like, it was Colleen. She was on the FaceTime.
No, my nose is all red from blowing. No FaceTime today.
All right, we
There
got
you
it.
go. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
No, Rudolph.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Another perfect fit.
Yep. Okay, are we ready for my remedial reading of the agenda? Okay, may I
You're
please?
doing great.
I appreciate you, but I feel real suspect. May I please have a first motion to approve the back to school bash donations?
I'll make a
Make the first donation, first motion. I don't know, I
Kim's
can
gonna make the
today.
first donation. I'll
Second.
second.
Oh.
Okay, Michael, second.
Thanks, Claudia.
Do you wanna say like your approval?
Oh, I did. Approve the back to school bash.
For 5.
Oh, what?
For how much?
500.
Oh, for $500, unless
Yes.
Kim's gonna up that.
Yes, I'm gonna write 1,000. No.
I'm gonna write that on here, yeah, $500.
Alright, Kimberly Leonard, yes. Michael Miller.
Okay.
Denise Jones.
Yes.
Rachel Merquin.
Yes.
Judy Rayson.
Yes.
Claudia Parker.
Yes.
And Colleen Clemzak.
Yes.
Excellent, motion approved.
Fabulous. Okay, may I please have a first motion to approve the first reading of revised board policy 660 as recommended by the board policy committee?
I'll make the motion.
I will second. And a roll call?
Rachel Merquin.
Yes.
Claudia Parker.
Yes.
Kim Leonard, yes. Judy Rayson.
Yes.
Denise Jones.
Yes.
Michael Miller.
Yay.
Colleen Clemzak.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Fabulous. May I please have a first motion to approve the applications for occupancy for the mobile classrooms, Mr. Jim Hennessy. Is he still around?
Yes.
Okay.
So which ones are we, is it just renewing the ones that we're usually using?
Jim?
It's just from the yearly inspection.
Oh, for
We already
the,
did the inspections, you guys just have to sign off on it.
Excellent. Alright.
okay, so we're making sure that they're fit for the students to return to. Okay, so first motion?
And
Oh.
second?
I'll second.
Okay, and a roll call.
Denise Jones.
Yes.
Michael Allmiller.
Here.
Rachel Merrickwin.
Yes.
Judy Rayson.
Yes.
Kim Leonard. Yes. Claudia Parker.
Yes.
Colleen Climczak.
Yes.
Motion passed. Can we really be done in an hour and 5 minutes?
Now we have come to the high point of this meeting where I thank you all. And we are going to adjourn at 7:05 p.m. If
All in
all
favor,
in
right?
favor?
All right, excellent. Aye.
Fabulous. Thank you, Colleen. You may enjoy the rest of your nose blowing.
Well done, thanks everybody.
We love you. Get well soon.